Hey there everyone, welcome to my weekly video. This week is a special edition because I am going to dive into my personal passion, which is video games. I am a huge gamer. I've loved video games ever since I can remember. And this year I want to do something special for E3. Now, as a journalist for Honor Quest magazine, I've been covering E3 for quite a few years now, whether from home or, as a couple years ago, I was lucky enough to go in person and cover it live. Now, with E3 just a week away, or less than a week, it's just a few days away now, I wanted to go through with you guys what my top recommended or hopeful games are. These are the games I hope to see at E3 2015. So here are what I like to call the Avina Vlogs E3 2015 hopefuls. Here we go. First game I can confirm is going to be there, as with recent news, as reported by me as well for Honor Quest magazine, is Fallout 4. Fallout's games have been a staple in the gaming community for quite a number of years now. The most recent two games, Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas, have been instrumental in reviving the interest in the Fallout series. And the new trailer promises a lot of action and a return to everyone's favorite post-apocalyptia. Now, little is known about the plot of the game yet, but what we do know, or is highly thought to be known, is that the game is going to take place in Boston. And we know that Braun Perlman is returning to narrate the game, as in previous games, he is the voice behind the famous line in the Fallout series, War never changes. And that is exciting enough in itself. Now, what E3 is going to bring, we don't know. Are we going to get a preview of gameplay? Are we going to get a preview of more story-driven trailers? Or are we going to be shown a trailer we've already seen? I'm thinking that Fallout 4 is going to be a highlight of E3 2015, but that is just my personal prediction. What do you guys think? Leave your thoughts down below at what you think is going to have the biggest impact at E3. The next game I'd like to see at E3 this year is Mass Effect 4. Now, as everyone knows, the Commander Shepard trilogy, Mass Effects 1, 2, and 3, ended. Shepard is no more. But we all know that as a gamer, if you're a gamer you know this, Mass Effect 4 is in the works. Now, it's been in the works for a couple years now, but no new information has come out about the game. Very little trickles of information have come out, but nothing concrete. What kind of direction is the game going to be in? Is it going to be similar gameplay, or is it going to be a brand new gameplay system? What kind of engine are we going to see? What kind of the graphics are we going to have? What point is the story going to take place? Is it going to be during, in conjunction with the Commander Shepard story, and you're a new character? Or is it going to take place before or after Shepard? That is the question. I'd like to see those questions answered at E3. Now, here's one I really hope has a big splash. I want to see an announcement from Microsoft that Xbox is going to have the exclusive rights to Silent Hills. Many of you gamers know that this game, which was dubbed PT and was only available in the PlayStation Store, was dubbed Silent Hills later on at the end of the demo. And it was going to have Guillermo del Toro and Norman Reedus involved. Now, due to the company's, inner workings and some problems with the developer, the game suddenly dropped and disappeared. Now, if anyone who hasn't seen PT, the demo, I highly recommend you pause this video and go search for it now. It is one of the scariest looking games I've seen, and has been some of the best react videos I've seen on YouTube. That is why I hope Microsoft reveals that they are buying the exclusive rights to this game, and that Norman Reedus and Guillermo del Toro, along with Microsoft, can continue to make this game, because this had one of the most promising outlooks for E3 this year before the drop of the game. And I hope that we get some good news, because by the trailer and the demo alone, this looked like to be one of the scariest games ever made, in my humble opinion. Now I'm going to go classic on you. I hope that we see Kingdom Hearts 3 announced. We know the game is being made. It was announced officially last year with a brief trailer. but there was very little information given, just brief glimpses at some gameplay footage, but no true story element, no voice acting announcements, no voice cast whatsoever. I want a full list of worlds that we're going to visit. I want the question answered. Now that Disney owns the rights to Marvel and Star Wars, are we going to see any of those properties used in the Kingdom Hearts series? When I was growing up, Kingdom Hearts was one of my favorite games of all time. It still is one of my favorite games. It's been quite a few years since Kingdom Hearts 2. And although we've had some, a few games here and there, like Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep on was it Vita? I think it was PlayStation Plus or something, the handheld PlayStation system. But there's not been like a big console version of Kingdom Hearts in a long time. I really love to see Kingdom Hearts have a bigger presence this year, and I'd like to see an announcement for a arrival date in the US. Now, everyone knows that Batman Arkham Knight is going to have a massive presence at E3 this year. The game is coming out in a few weeks, I think. I think it's coming out in June 23rd, I believe. With the date that close, you better believe that there's going to be some massive coverage of Batman Arkham Knight. The final game in this trilogy has already showcased a huge quantity of action, of gameplay, of demos. So what more could we have? Could we get a teaser for the Joker's return? Could we get a glimpse at who the Arkham Knight could be? Could we see how big of a presence Scarecrow is going to have? We've seen the Arkham Knight's armies. We've seen that the Scarecrow has banded the villains together. But I want to see the true terror that voice actor John Noble, who is best known as Walter on Fringe, could have. I want to see his voice shine through in a brand new trailer. But what will we get? That's the question. Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Every year Assassin's Creed has a big presence at E3. Ubisoft has done an amazing job having multiple departments all around the world working on a brand new Assassin's Creed game. Even with Assassin's Creed Syndicate, the next game coming out, there's at least one, if not two other games in development. You know that. So, I want to see what Syndicate's going to bring to the table. What systems are we officially going to see it on? Or is it only going to be new generation? Or are we going to get a throwback to like Assassin's Creed Rogue, where there's an offshoot game that goes for the 360 and PS3? What will we see from Assassin's Creed this year? What kind of storyline are we going to see? Are you going to play as a Templar or an assassin or someone new? Who knows? But that's what I'd like to find out. Two other franchises I think are going to have a big presence this year: Call of Duty and Halo. With Call of Duty Black Ops 3 and Halo 5 Guardians due to release this year, I believe, you know that these military-style first-person shooters are going to be a big hit. With Call of Duty expanding not just their voice cast roster with Kevin Spacey last year, but with the success of the multiplayer, especially the zombie mode, I think that fans are eager to see what direction the third game in the Black Ops series takes. Black Ops 2 is still to this day a huge success in the Call of Duty fandom. Next, I want to see Halo 5 Guardians. What direction are we going to see our main protagonist, Master Chief, take? We already know that there are going to be other Spartans involved, and it was just announced today that Nathan Fillion's character from Halo 3 ODST is going to be returning as well as a playable character in both the solo and multiplayer campaigns. So, what is going to cause Master Chief to be hunted? Is the didactic involved from Halo 4? What is the Master Chief's state of mind going to be after the ending to Halo 4? And I don't want to spoil it for you, so if you haven't played it yet, I highly suggest you do so, because Halo 4's ending was emotional and amazing. Now, this wouldn't be a complete video game E3 preview if I didn't give a shout out to our friends at Nintendo. We've been working with Nintendo for a very long time, bringing press releases and news items to you guys exclusively. Now, one of the games I'm anticipating seeing at Nintendo's press conference this year is Mario Maker. I've been a Mario fan for a long time, and when I was growing up, I played Mario all the time, whether it was the old Super Nintendo video games, or I loved playing my very own Nintendo 64 and playing the Super Mario 64 game. It was amazing. I loved Mario Kart. Mario Kart was always a staple in my house. So, I'd love to get a chance to see what it'd be like to design my very own Mario game. Mario Maker allows you to design levels of the classic Mario game, I believe, and I want to see more what goes into it, what kind of control you have. Are you given an outline to use, or are you free reign? That's what I really want to see. Rise of the Tomb Raider. Now this is a game I'm super excited about. The reboot of the Tomb Raider series, I can play it all day because it's just so amazing. The story is phenomenal. It's gritty. It's a very intense, heart-pounding experience when you play the first in the new Tomb Raider series. And I'm really excited to see what direction she takes now. I know there have been pictures of her exploring snowy areas, but not much has been released, I believe, about the plot. I want to see what area she's exploring next. I really loved the exploration of mythology in the first game too, especially the Japanese culture behind this supernatural element. So I'd love to see what kind of mythology they explore in the second game. With Star Wars 7, The Force Awakens, premiering later this year, one game I'm really excited to see premiere is Star Wars Battlefront, which is the next game in the original Battlefront series. I'm not sure if they're going to call it Battlefront 3 or not. What I've seen is Star Wars Battlefront. I'm really excited to see it's been years. I believe the last Battlefront game was only on the original Xbox. I don't believe it was on 360. So I'm really interested to see now with the advance in technology, 2 generations of consoles later, what the graphics are going to look like. The trailer looked amazing from what I saw. And what kind of gameplay are we going to see? Is it going to be sticking to the original format, or with the advances in technology, are we getting a first-person or a third-person perspective? Is it going to play like Mass Effect and Mass Effect's multiplayer in the third game? Or is it going to be something completely new that fans won't expect? And how much control are you going to have over the boss characters like Darth Vader? And the other thing is, I wanted to see a list of the bosses you get to play as. Darth Vader, Darth Maul, the Emperor Palpatine, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Luke Skywalker, all those characters. Who are you going to get to play as, and what worlds are we going to get to explore? And what timelines in the movie franchises? Will we get a surprise and get to play in other time periods as well, such as the original Knights of the Old Republic games? Will you get to see Darth Malak and Darth Revan? Only time will tell. The final game I will talk about before we sign out for this video, and this is the final hopeful thing that I will say about E3 2015, is I want to see Half-Life 3 so bad. Half-Life 2 and its 2 sequels, chapters 1 and 2, Half-Life 2 chapters 1 and 2, are 3 of my favorite games. Just so fun to play, and the storyline is just awesome. Not to mention the fact that Chapter 2 ended on a major cliffhanger, and I need to see what happens next. I think a lot of fans need that. There's been a lot of teases over the years of what could happen, but we have not gotten a single shred of evidence from Valve about where we're going. For that matter, I'd like to see another Left 4 Dead game, Left 4 Dead 3, but that's a whole nother subject. Right now, I'm still working on Half-Life 3. So Valve, I want to see a presence from you this year. I know that they are unleashing the Steam console, and it's all the workings with that. But I want to see some game coverage. I want to see some announcements from Valve concerning games, including Half-Life 3 or Left 4 Dead 3. That's what I want, Valve. Get on it. Thank you guys for watching today's video. Question of the day: what do you want to see at E3 2015? And if you're going, let me know down below. I'm going to be covering it this year as always, probably from home this year, unless by some miracle we get asked to cover it live. But I'm going to be watching all the day's events live in person or through my television. But if you want to see all my daily coverage, you can watch my daily vlogs from those days, or you can go check out my social media feeds, which are all down in the description below. Thank you guys for watching today's videos. Leave your comments and check out the links down below. Give this video a big thumbs up. Like this video, comment on it, favorite it, and share it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. It means the world to me. Thank you guys for watching. Hit the eye in the sky to see today's recommended videos. And I will see you guys next week for a brand new weekly video. Long days and pleasant nights, my friends.